Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I do want to apologize for my inactivity on here recently. I've just been not really busy, but I just haven't had the time to go to the dealerships and look at cars. So here we are today in Oakland, California, and we were actually leaving today, but this was our rental car for the a little over a week that we've had it here. It's been pretty nice. It has pretty good amount of features and was a pretty good upgrade from what you would usually get out of a rental fleet. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. So first of all, starting off on the front end, I am decently surprised because usually the Acura SUVs of old, honestly the front ends kind of looked a little ugly, but that's clearly not the case with this car. You can see the headlights here, the way that they've kind of designed it to kind of look like it's diamond lined there with your Acura logo. I do believe those are LEDs as well. Very nice. You can see the chrome accents on the bottom there, and the grille, it's kind of diamond shaped itself, and then you have the Acura logo right and proud in the center, instead of them putting it like on a strip of aluminum or whatever. They put it right here in the center, which looks really nice compared to the old ones. I do think this front end looks really good. Yeah, I actually appreciate it. It looks really aggressive, sporty. It looks like what an Acura should be. Coming along the side, you can see your 18-inch alloy wheels. You can see they do have a decent amount of curb rash on them, but overall they look all right. You can see the Acura logo there. Yeah, they're pretty nice. You can see here you have your mirror housing. It is just the regular body color mirrors, and then you have the black plastic under there. You also have your turn signal here. You do have the sorry, this door is not even closed. You have the little chrome frame around the windows, and then on the door handle, you can see the door handles are all chrome, which I think adds an aspect of luxury to this car. Obviously Acuras are already luxury cars anyways, but you can see it is keyless access as well. So if I have the key, which I do in my pocket, if I put it in my pocket, I can lock the car using this button, or I can unlock it by putting my hand here. See there? So yeah, that's a pretty cool feature that most cars have nowadays. Yeah, you can see same thing on the back here, except there's no keyless access. It's just the regular door handle. This rim here, it's the same size, it just doesn't have as much curb rash, as you can see. And then walking around the back, you can see it looks pretty good. You have the wraparound taillights there with the chrome accenting there, your MDX badging, and the all-wheel drive badging. You have your exhaust here, which is pretty nice. And yeah, overall, I would say this exterior is pretty good looking, especially the front end. I was pleasantly surprised. The rear end is a little less aggressive looking, but it still looks, the part still looks good. So let's go ahead and actually hop into the car now. But before we do, I want to show you guys the key fob. So this is it, obviously, this typical rental car key with this little tag here at the end. But you can see the actual key itself. Looks really nice and premium. It says driver 1. I'm assuming there's 2 or more keys to this car. So you can see you have your lock, unlock, and your trunk release there. Sorry, it doesn't want to focus. You can see lock, unlock, trunk release, and then your panic. And then you can also hold this out, and you can, well, I have to do this now. Yeah, you can remove this little spare key in case you need to get into the vehicle in case the battery's dead, you can remove the spare key and insert it into the slot here in the driver door, like so. And we'll see what happens if I actually lock it. So it's locked now, and I'll attempt to unlock it using this this key here. So there you go. If your key, so there you go. If your key is dead, you can use this little little spare key here in the key. It's just a little manual key, and it allows you to unlock the car. Obviously, it won't let you start the car, especially if the key has a dead battery. You'll see there it goes. It locks itself after a certain amount of time. But this does allow you to get into the car and collect your items or whatnot, whatever you need to do inside the car. And then obviously when you're done with it, you would just insert it back into this key here, like so. There you go. All right, let's go ahead and hop into the trunk. So you go ahead, you can either squeeze on this thing here, or you can hold the trunk release. I'll just hold it to show you guys. And you can see it is a power trunk, of course, being a luxury car. So now that we are actually in the trunk, you can see it has the third row, which has been very nice for us, because me and my brother, we haven't had to sit arm to arm. We've actually had some decent space back here, although the third row isn't like surprisingly huge. It's a pretty good size third row. You can see if I were to fold this down using these little latches here, you can just use this little latch and kind of push them down like so. Same thing here. And you can get all that extra trunk space there. You can see the seat is kind of folded down, or at an angle there, because that's how you get into the third row. I'll show you guys that in a sec. But yeah, you can see you have pretty good space back here. If you open this up, you'll find some I guess floor mats and whatever that is. And I'm sure you can open this up as well. And apparently the spare tire is down there. So a bunch of different levels of storage. Obviously you could put something down here as well. You also do have the tie-down anchors, which I think look very nice compared to other cars. Other cars just have that basic, boring look. This one actually has a kind of more squared, premium feel to it. Same thing on this side as well. You have a 12-volt power outlet back here in case you want to plug anything in. And then you have a little storage space there if you want to put like a wet bathing suit or whatever you don't want to mess up your carpet. Pretty nice trunk space. And then when you're ready to close it, you just press this one right here. And if you, well, okay, that was a mistake, but if you have a problem, it'll make that little sound, but overall it should close like so. And it does have this little thing that apparently was supposed to be removed after the purchase, but it's been on it ever since. It does have the Florida plates as well. Let's go ahead and hop into the back. It's locked. All right, let's hop into the third row and show you guys what that's all about. All right, hang on. This is gonna be hard to do one-handed. All right, here we go. I'll only pull up one seat just for the demonstration. So you can see I'm not that tall actually. I'm like 5'6", 5'7", but my knees are, I mean, you got about this much space between my knees. Obviously thigh support is pretty bad. This is the seat here, this is the bench, and then this is my knees. So, you know, it's pretty bad, but again, it's a third row. What more can you ask for? we'll go ahead and pull this one up, and you can see we have the baby seat there. We've traveled with a baby this time, and the third row has just been extremely helpful because we haven't all had to sit all cramped up back there. We've had this little third row so that we could kind of extend our legs and arms and have a little bit more room, and I've actually appreciated it. Headroom probably wouldn't be great if you're an adult, but you do have little lights back here, which I haven't figured out why these don't work. But yeah, otherwise you have a cup holder, another tie-down anchor here, and you can see you have your child seat anchor there. Yeah, overall pretty nice. Especially if you have children, you can stuff them all back here, because you can see legroom isn't that bad, and I can kind of push against the seat, and you can pull the seat forward as well, which I'll demonstrate in a sec. But otherwise, yeah, overall pretty good back here. One complaint I do have is I wish they would have some sort of storage space either in here or somewhere so that you can put something back here, but or store something back here. But yeah, I mean, it's not bad. The window opening is a little small, but again, you can't have everything back here. You're kind of like the peasant when you're traveling back here. You can see pretty good space back here. So we'll go ahead, and to get out of here, you can just press this button. It will move forward. You can kind of push it forward, and I'll get out of the car so that I can demonstrate the back seat. And the materials obviously back there consist of plastics and other stuff like that. But we'll show you guys what the materials like are back here. So obviously you can just roll it back on the rails and then hop in. So back here you can see on the door panel. Okay, good. I do want to apologize for that, but you can see on the door panel you do have very nice padding on the top here. And then you have this nice brushed aluminum strip going down. More softer padding down here. Nice wood grain trim there. And then you have a nice padded armrest with your power automatic window controls. And then down here you actually have the plastic mat pockets, which I don't have a problem with. I just wish that they would have kind of kept the plastic as low as possible. Instead, the plastic kind of sweeps up towards the door handle. But I mean, most cars have plastic on the bottom. It just would have been nice. But I would still say the materials on this door panel are very good. Like, all the padding, very nice. The wood is a nice touch. The upholstery back here is leather, which is nice. You do also have a center console area where you can put 2 cups. Seats do fold down if you need that extra space, and obviously these are the captains, or these are the this whole bench basically can move back and forth by pulling on this little bar here. I've already demonstrated that, so you don't need to see that, but you can pull up on this and it'll move back and forth on these little rails. You also have storage like on a seat back pocket on here. Same thing on the passenger seat. And my favorite feature in the back seat has to be this. In most of the German European cars, you don't get this as standard, and what I'm talking about is climate control. It's such a good feature. You can control your temperature. It goes as low as like 58 and as high as I think 86 or 87. It is automatic, single zone, but it's still just a really good feature. You can control your fan speed, direct the air where you want it to go. There's two little vents down here as well. You also have 2 outlets there. But yeah, overall this has been like my favorite part of the car. I've been able to actually control the climate. If it's hot, I've been able to turn the climate down if it's cold. Obviously, turn the heater on. It's been very nice having this feature back here, so I do appreciate that from the Acura. Other than that, that's basically it for the back seat. You can see the floor mat's kind of one whole piece, kind of goes across the whole floor, which is nice. But yeah, the seats are nice and comfortable. You can see again on 5.6 I have plenty of room back here. Obviously you have your door locks here. Everything's really nice. You have your little grab handles, and same thing with the map lights. I can't figure out how to turn them on. But and then obviously you have your seat belt hanging from up top here. And yeah, overall everything's pretty nice back here. The things I enjoyed were the leather and that climate control. It's just so amazing. But we'll go ahead and hop into the front seat now. You can see your gas cap there. I'll go ahead and release that just so that you guys can see that. I mean, it's nothing too special. It's just a regular gas cap. You do have to unlock it from the driver's side door. Yeah, you can see there's your door handle. You just have the little slot to insert that spare key there, and then you have your lock button there. It also says $450 cleaning fee for smoking may apply, but we don't smoke, luckily. Let's go ahead and hop inside. So in here, the door materials stay relatively the same. You can see padding up here, padding down here, padded armrest, wood grain, metal door handle, and then you do have your two-way memory seats there. Down here, and you can see that plastic still kind of flows up, but it's no big deal really, because most cars have it to where it's like down here anyways, so it doesn't really matter. You also have your power window controls. All of them obviously are automatic, which is really nice. Little storage in here. You also have your lock and unlock. Your power mirror controls, and obviously you can control what mirrors you want to be operated with. Down here you obviously have your map pocket storage with a little cup holder in there as well. And then you have your trunk release here and your gas cap release there. Your speaker system, I'm not really sure if this is a name brand speaker system or if it's like something else. I'm not really sure, but sound system's all right. It's nothing like too crazy. You have your parking brake here and like all of your traction control and collision assist and all of that right there. You have a little AC vent here. You can open it, close it, move the vent obviously. And then you have your wood grain here with your little brushed aluminum there. Here you have your headlamp controls and your turn indicators. Very nice. And then your actual steering wheel. Again, this car's a 2020, so it's actually quite dated. Not extremely dated, but it's fairly dated. You can see the steering wheel, doesn't look like something Acura would put out now, but it still looks good. I mean, it's 3-spoke. You can see you actually have your volume controls here with your telephone and all of those controls over there. And then over here you have your cruise control as well. Also being an Acura, you have your paddle shifters, of course. You can see they kind of have that little insert there. I think that's kind of cool. So instead of the white plus sign being just painted on, it's kind of like an insert. It's kind of cool looking. Same thing with the minus. And yeah, you can see the leather is just a bit worn on the steering wheel. Otherwise, it's a pretty good looking steering wheel. You also have these buttons. I believe this is for your adaptive cruise control. And this is probably steering assist. But yeah, overall you can hear the horn there. Pretty nice. On the other side, you have your wood grain, your start-stop button, which we will use in a sec here. You can see your gauge cluster. You can see your tachometer there, your speedometer. Pretty nice looking. Looks pretty sporty. Looks befitting of an Acura. In the center here, what I do find weird is that you do have 2 screens instead of just 1 screen. I wish they would have just integrated both screens into one, but whatever you have to do, I guess. Also, you have your climate controls for your 2 vents here. Well, all your vents, I guess. Dual zone automatic, of course. And then you have your phone controls, all of this. All of the controls for your infotainment system are right here, and you use this little knob here to control the infotainment screen. Very, very nice. I believe the weirdest part about this car is its shifter. So to shift, you have to press these different buttons: park, reverse, neutral, and drive. Very, very weird. You also have your eco start stop here, dynamic mode, whatever that is. And then you have your power outlet, 12 volts in here, along with a little bit of storage. This isn't an ashtray, obviously, which is good because it's like felt lined. You can close that if you'd like. You have 2 little cup holders, and you can pull this little wood thing back. I think it's really nice that it has the wood with the rubber strips on it. Pull it back to reveal a very deep storage space. I can get my hand really deep in there. And you have an aux jack, you have everything really. A ton of power outlets. And like, look at all these power outlets. Very, very nice storage down there. And then, your your center console, excuse me, is 2 levels. So the first level is just this. Tiny storage. You can put some pens, some chapstick, whatever you want to put in there. And then the second level is the same storage space that I just showed you. You can see it's like literally the same. Like I can pull stuff out of there, which I think is kind of neat, kind of weird at the same time. The glove box also, the center console feels a little shaky. But there's nothing too wrong with that. Over here you have your actual glove box this time. I know I've been calling the center console storage area your glove box, and it is dampened. You press the little button to open it. You have your registration there and your owner's manuals. Up here you have your little sun visor. Let me pull the seat back so you can get a better view of that. There you go. You can open that up. There I am. 2 little lights there as well. Very nice. And then you have your overhead controls here with your reading lights. These ones actually work. Your map lights and your power sunroof controls as well with your HomeLink transceiver. And you have little sunglass storage as well. There's your rear view mirror. There's the toll transponder that has saved us a ton of money on tolls. However, it was kind of expensive to get that added option with budget car rental anyways. And then up here you have your sunroof. It's very nice to give you a sunroof. A double sunroof or a panoramic sunroof would have been nice, but you can't have everything, obviously. And this car has already been very nice. You can close that, obviously, and open it. The headliner is also very nice and plush feeling. I do like it. Doesn't feel like a Honda or anything. Yeah, that's basically it for the interior. Let's go ahead and give it a start up. You can see when I open the door, the seat will move back to its original position. So to start the car, you just have the key in a close proximity to the button, and then you just put your foot on the brake and press to start. So yeah, the steering feel is nice. You can see it does say maintenance due soon, which is kind of weird. Hopefully budget gets that taken care of. But yeah, steering feel is nice. The car actually handles pretty well, being an Acura. You can see AC blows ice cold, obviously, being a rental. All right, I want to apologize for all the breakups, or the, the disconnections that I've had on this phone. But as I was saying, you do have your heated seats here. Sorry, the screen is really dusty. You have your heated seats. You can turn them high, low, or auto, which is kind of nice. And then you have your climate control. You can adjust that as well. It's all touch screen, really. Very, very nice. This car also does have Apple CarPlay, which we have used. But yeah, other than that, everything's pretty well put together in here. You can see your infotainment screen there. Again, it'll be a little outdated, but yeah, you can see there. Change your settings. All of that, very nice. And again, the screen isn't the best version. I'm sure Acura, in the updated MDX, Acura has done a better job with this screen, but it's still pretty good. I wouldn't discard it. It's still better than screens from 2007. So there's that. You also have your hazard switch here. Also, another thing I found kind of funny about this car is it still has a CD player, which I find really funny. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it for this car, for the interior at that. You can see turn signals, wiper controls. Very nice. Very nice interior. You see your little seatbelt holder there. Yeah, I would say that this interior is pretty decent. You can obviously open up that sunroof, let in the sun. You have your little deflector here. Yeah, this car has been, I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of Acuras, but I think I would definitely take this over a Lexus, for sure. Yeah, I like it. I do. Steering wheel is obviously power, tilts, and telescoping, and it doesn't take like hours to move like in a Mercedes or a BMW. It just moves up quick. That's what we need. Speed. Yeah, very nice. Very nice interior. I like it. I wouldn't go so far as to say, you know, this is my new favorite car and this is my dream car, but I would say this interior is very premium feeling. Very, very nice. We can go ahead and rev it. Very, very nice. And I guess I'll go ahead and you can see that steering wheel will move in there. I guess I'll go ahead and pop the hood and show you guys the engine bay before we leave. You can see the floor mats also do say MDX as well. And the seats obviously are heated and they have the power option as well. Move the backrest. The headrests, I believe, are just manual. I believe the headrests are manual, and you do have lumbar support as well. And you can see all your tire and loading information. And yeah. So we'll go ahead and open up the hood. I'm not too familiar with the specs of this car. That is a 3.5 liter V6 mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission, and I believe it puts out around 290 horsepower. I'll correct myself later if I'm wrong, but yeah, other than that, guys, that's basically it. And again, this car has really good power. For its size and for its class, it has really good power. Being an Acura, I would yeah, I think out of all the Japanese luxury cars, this is the one I could live with. Or maybe not this one. I don't tend to like SUVs as much as I like sedans, but I might choose an Acura over a Lexus. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe Lexus is better than Acura, but we'll find out in a later video. But this has been a 2020 Acura MDX, and it's been a pretty good car for the 9 to 10 days that we've had it, and I have enjoyed it a lot, actually. So we'll go ahead and lock it up and call it a day. I appreciate you guys watching. If you've watched till the end of this video, I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day wherever you are, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.